listening to a QLB Media Group podcast.
Hello, everybody. This is We Just Talkin Ish, episode 3. I am Patria. Today's episode will be all about astrology. But first, we're going to find out how my lovely co-hosts have been this week, and then we will go from there. Q, Rosa, how are you?
I am amazing.
You look amazing.
Aw, she's so sweet, y'all.
You do.
Thank you.
Q looks all right, you know.
Yeah. Hey, Rocco. Hey, Rocco.
I'm doing well as well. As you see, I'm chopped on this episode because I went the first 2 episodes looking like who did it and why.
Because that's the way you act.
And so, I had to go get chopped, make sure I was all spiffy for episode 3. And
we appreciate it.
It's been a good week for me as well. It's been a good week for me as well. So
okay, I'm gonna let that one slide. We'll come back to it. Been a good week? Okay. Any good feedback? I've heard some good feedback from episodes 1 and 2 so far.
People commenting, and as always, all the good feedback that you're texting us, if you could make those as ratings and reviews, we would greatly appreciate it.
We would appreciate that. Yes, on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast, 5-star review.
When you text us or comment us on our pages of how great it is, just go on and copy and paste that on your Apple or your Google or your Spotify or on YouTube and put them there.
Yeah, that would be great.
Please. We would love that. We would love that. I got some great feedback from somebody let's just say I got some great feedback.
And also, you got lots of views on the YouTube, but don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Yes, please. Yes.
So you be notified when new content is dropped on YouTube. So y'all watching,
like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe. Yes.
Hit that little bell to get notifications when we add new video, new content. Please and thank you.
Yes.
If you can't get enough of us and you want us faster than on Monday, please join us on Patreon. You get early access to everything that we do. Please and thank you.
Yeah, and don't act like you can't afford the little bitty fees that Patreon is asking for you.
Don't do that. You don't know people's situations.
Sending that nigga that money so he could get in the studio. So
paying for everybody ain't paying. Ain't no.
If you could pay for a wig and a bag and brunch
trips
and reservations for dinners
and TGI Friday meals,
ain't that right, Q?
Astrology. Episode 3.
Excuse me, I'm doing this show. Thank you.
Moving right along.
Got hot in there, didn't it?
I'm about to take off this sweater, turn off this ring light. One of the two.
Y'all know Taurus men see red so fast and it be their own fault, but we'll come back to that later. First, I saw this post today. I actually sent it to y'all in the group, and I want to hear what you really have to say about it. There was a post that I saw on Facebook that said, do women know when they're pursuing a man out of their league? I believe that works both ways, because I don't think men always know when they're pursuing a woman out of their league either.
That I would have to most definitely agree with you on that. It's a lot of times, a lot of women I have seen, I'd be like, girl, now you know. But I think that, and I've heard this so much from so many different guys about the women are about the money. So when they feel like when a woman is about the money and only about the money, oh yeah, she's gonna most definitely get somebody out of her league. For the simple fact, she's looking for the bag. She's looking for somebody to contribute to her bag. So then there's those that look for her out of the league. Then there's sometimes some women just feel like, that a trap between their legs can trap anything.
And that's not the case.
It's not.
So
I agree.
I'm sitting here and I've read the question when you sent it, and my first response was I didn't even know this existed for 2 reasons. First of all, do men look at, do women, I didn't know women look at men and be like, they're out of their league.
And that's an issue. That's an issue.
And
that's
two,
the issue, Q.
why is women pursuing? So I
That's
saw
another
two problems.
issue.
I was like, I never known for a woman to be like, oh, this man is out of my league.
Oh, it's very true.
I thought women are the
stories.
prize, and they know they can be caught if they want to be caught.
I'm with that prize thing. I feel like that goes both ways.
I was getting ready to say,
most definitely.
I'm not with the woman is the prize and she has to. No, baby. If you're a prize, he has to be a prize too, and you're giving each other the gift.
Yep.
Of being in each other's presence. It's not a one-sided prize and he has to, earn this gift. Hell, half y'all didn't even earn your Christmas presents, but you got them. Shit.
Ooh.
Valentine's either.
Round 1. Fight.
I'm just being honest.
I absolutely agree.
Like I've always just looked at it as, do men know when a woman is out of the league, not the other way around?
No, some of them don't, because you wouldn't be approaching some of these women knowing damn well I didn't get approached by somebody. I'm like, boy, are you serious?
Well,
are you serious?
Social media makes it
It was
easy.
in person. It was in person.
Huh.
Social media, because I don't even pay attention to that
Well,
at
social
all.
media makes it, easy to approach women. You just got to inbox them.
Yeah, they try.
And in my opinion, when you inbox a female, I don't feel no type of way when you reject me because it was via the inbox. In person may be a different story. But that's just me.
Yeah, but there are some that get a little upset that you don't respond to their inboxes. There was one, I think it was floating around on Facebook, or I know it was floating on TikTok. Y'all know. I'll have to tell y'all about the drama going on there later. But I stay on messy TikTok. But it was a guy, he jumped in this girl's inbox. I saw it on Facebook. And he said, hey, it wasn't even 5-10 minutes later. He got on there, I can't stand you black bitches and y'all this and that. That's why I hope all of y'all die from something. I was like, you didn't even give her time to. Yes, I was like, really? And see, when she posted it, his people, of course, like he's had a lot of bad issues, all this type of stuff. And I'm like, baby, no, I don't care how many bad issues he had. I didn't do shit to him, so wishing that shit on me, he do realize it's gonna go to his mamas and sisters first, right? Yeah, it's gonna happen to them before they happen to me. Don't do that. I mean, come on. So we have men that even if they jump in your inbox, they do not.
They don't take rejection.
They don't take rejection, period.
And that goes back to the text that you sent yesterday, Q, about a woman being upset that a guy turns her down, like they could have gone out on a couple of dates or whatever. And he's like, thanks, but no thanks. Everybody has the right to say thanks, but no thanks.
Everybody has the right to say no. Everybody has the right to say no.
You have to be okay with it, because
you are not everybody's cup of tea.
Like, don't you test drive the car before you get it, or you look at a couple of cars before you get them? Don't you compare a couple of brands of TVs before you buy?
Not in Memphis.
Look at a couple of vacuums. You look at the price, the quality, the features, or whatever. there might be a dream car that you want, but you can't get there yet. So you take the other car first till you get to the dream car that you want. Like, I mean, why don't people do the same thing with their friends and who they're trying to date? You can have a conversation with a person 1 or 2 times and know that this is not going to work for me. That is completely okay. So when you go out on a date, you can say, this is okay. This does not work for me.
So what she's talking about is, I had an instant a situation where I was talking to somebody and she wanted to specify my issues. And then when I returned with the issues that I had, I felt like she was getting upset behind it. And that's when I asked my 2 co-hosts, why do women get upset when they get the same treatment that men get?
It's a sense of entitlement, and it goes back to that the woman is the prize. Only the woman is the prize mentality. And it's like, men have feelings and preferences and things that they're looking for as well, and they want to know that they're wanted and are found
loved.
attractive and actually loved, and that somebody will do
And
something for them and respect it. All this
and heard.
because you're a person first. You're a person first, and that's a requirement both ways, whether you're a man or a woman. And I think that sometimes women go too far and feeling like they're the only ones that should be courted and told that they're appreciated and shown. Like, no, it has to be both ways.
And that is so true, because I've heard so many guys say, that they've dated someone and never gotten a gift, just because gift or I had, what did he say? A guy asked me, so do men supposed to get Valentine's gifts?
Yeah.
What the hell? Hell yeah, they're supposed to get a gift. And I ain't talking about what's between their legs. That ain't no damn gift.
Yeah,
he got that last week. That was not a gift.
That's business.
Thank you. That was business as usual.
That's business.
So when he said that, I was like, what kind of women do you date? Because I like just because gifts. I like to just, or as they say, send your man some money for a haircut. Baby, you ain't got to tell me that. He got it because, baby, he got to look cute when he come out with me. So I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, let me send him this little money so he can get his hair cut. let me send something. Let me send him lunch, because y'all keep talking about how women like to eat. Damn it, y'all like to eat too. Let me send this man. Let me DoorDash this man some money.
I be thinking my Cash App is one way. It must be broke on incoming. That's so.
Let me sip this. Let me sip this on that note.
And piggybacking on understanding what's for you, and it's okay to have a couple conversations with a person, a couple dates, and decide that this person is not for you. And one of those ways you can do that, is the old 70s pickup way, but it's still a thing, is finding out their sign. Yes. And not just their sun sign, which is what everybody likes to focus on, which is the sign that everybody generally knows. And that's the one that you find out based on what month and day you're born, no matter what year. That's your sun sign. But there's way more to it than just the sun sign. But before we get there, because y'all are going to have to go back and do some recon yourselves, so we're going to start here, and then this will be some homework. I want to know, based on their sun sign, what is the worst sign that you've ever dated? Q, you want to go first?
Let him go.
Well, I'm going to put them in order. The worst sign I have ever dated is the fucking Gemini.
I done told you about them Geminis, sir.
Number 2 is the fucking Pisces. Number 3 is the fucking Aries. Ooh.
I'm mixed on them.
And last but not least for me, because I have 4, is the goddamn Cancer. And
okay.
Geminis.
Why the Gemini?
Because they have me beating up pizza boxes.
But why?
They're so by damn polar.
Yeah. And it's not that they're bipolar. They just...
Their way or the highway.
No, it's just very
true. They don't have a their way or the highway.
Well,
no, they're
kind of flexible.
They're very flexible because there are literally 2 different versions of them that exist all at once, and they're more blatantly obvious, I guess, than all the other signs, because everybody has, a different variation of themselves, more or less. But with Geminis, especially the women, because women already have a lot of mood swings due to hormones or whatever. With the Gemini woman, it's on 10 and it goes deeper than surface level. It's not that it's a bad day. It's just kind of like, today you mess with me and today you're not sure if you do. And that's really hard to try to be in a relationship with a person that's like that. That's what I know from Gemini women. And I have a lot of Gemini in my chart. My Venus and my Mercury is Gemini. So the way I communicate and the way I love is like a Gemini. So I know that I can get bored easily.
Yeah,
when it comes to the way I love. And it can come off like I'm uninterested or not as interested as I really am. Or I can be feeling you one day and the next day I'm really not. But because I'm not full Gemini, my Taurus patience kicks in and go like, maybe you just having a day, Patria. You'll feel differently tomorrow. And normally I do. But if your sun sign is Gemini, that's the more prominent. So that's hard to put up with. And Gemini men, they just like a lot of things. So they can be kind of real good cheaters and you not find out about it. Like they're the type of partner that could have 2 whole families and you wouldn't know.
See, I don't recall ever dating a Gemini man, but I have a Gemini in my home.
Mm-hmm.
She might be listening to me, so be quiet.
And you don't want to upset the other side of her.
She is what I call my little dark child.
Dark child.
And I mean that in the best way possible I can. She is my thinker. I've known a couple of Geminis, and most of them, they are thinkers.
Those are all the air signs. Those are the mind signs. So that's Aquarius, Gemini, and Libras. They don't function from their heart per se. They have hearts, but they don't function from there. All of their emotions and everything is processed through here. They are the signs of the mind. That's why you can be sure that they really feel the way they feel because they think themselves in love or out of love or whatever.
Most definitely.
So there's not a lot of emotion tied to it.
That's why you always got to check every 30 seconds to see if they still fuck with you.
That's true. Unless they have water placements in their other placements. It kind of eases them out. But that air, yeah, they're the signs of the mind. They're extremely smart. They're really good conversationalists. They know a lot about a lot of things. They're social butterflies. People love them. They're really good friends and business partners for sure. But in relationships, it can be a little touchy because they don't always operate from an emotional place. They operate from a mental space. And they try to rationalize and intellectualize what they're feeling versus just feeling it. So that's what makes people think air signs don't have hearts, or like Aquarius they don't have a heart. Geminis, they can't be trusted because one day they like you and the next day they don't. Libras can't make a decision to save their life. And it's not that they can't, it's because
they can't.
It's not that. It's because the other signs use emotion to sway them into whatever decision they're making. But because they think from here with everything, they process it here, then it's either going to be a snap decision or not one at all because it's here.
See, I have Gemini in my Mercury. So
yeah, that's why we quick on our feet. We can roll with whatever because we both have Gemini Mercury. Because Tauruses don't like to talk for real, and Tauruses don't like people like that. So we end up being social butterflies momentarily because we have that Gemini Mercury, and also Gemini is ruled by the planet Mercury, and so is Virgo. So that's the communication, fast moving. That's why we like to talk, and we can pop you back real quick. That's why we like that. But Tauruses in general, we ain't talking to nobody. You ain't talking about no money or no food. We ain't talking. We can sit in the corner and not say a word, straight faced,
and
smile at you,
or not.
And so, before we move on to Rosa and with the signs you don't like, I just want to say one thing about Geminis: y'all some freaks. Because I had a
Spoken
Gemini.
Like a Taurus, man.
I had a Gemini eat my ass.
Oh my God! Can you say that for next week's episode?
My ears were too young for that.
Yeah, from the Rudy to the patootie.
Okay, the Rudy. Rosa, the signs you hate the most.
I can't.
What signs you ever dated?
Ooh, wait, let's see.
I'm not doing this with him tonight.
Let's start with the male sign.
Jesus Christ.
Just male in general. What is he doing?
Oh, shit.
Laughing at himself for that debauchery he was about to bring on this episode. sex episode is next
Next
week.
week.
I repeat, the sex episode is next week.
So let's see. I'm going to have to go with that Aries. I'm not going to say number 1 or number 2. I'm just going to say Aries, Virgo. And I'm just going to give an honorary mention to them Libras. Because I got a love-hate relationship with their asses. I love them because they really make me like on my toes, but I'd be like, yeah, homeboy, don't play no games because I slice your little ass. But
get out of my head.
No, he was never in my head because he tried to be, but I'm
telling you what you're saying. To get out of my head.
Yeah, them Libras, baby, I'd be like, ooh, and see, they some passionate lovers.
Very
passionate lovers. Now them damn Aries, all them goddamn emotions, and then want to be mad at you because they mad just because they mad because they woke up on the left side of the bed at 2:02 instead of 2:01. I ain't got time for none of that shit. No, I ain't got time for none of that. And then want to leave and then be like, I just made that decision yesterday. I don't feel that way today.
You're telling the truth.
Get away from me, stay away from me, and leave me alone because I ain't got time for that. They'll get you hurt quick, fast, and in a hurry. So, and then Virgos, yeah. I don't want to say I hate them. I really don't want to say I hate them. I'd never date another one. Let me stop lying because I think. Anyway, I'm just Virgos, y'all. Yeah. Let's just go with it. Yeah. Y'all ain't shit. Just go with it.
I'm gonna say mine quickly because we have a couple of the same. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to tell you based on sign and characteristics who are the best husbands, best wives. Not gonna worry about the worst because it's gonna be 9 signs left either way. I'm just gonna give you the top 3. Good on that after that. So worst signs I've ever dated. Aries.
Boy, that's on everybody's goddamn list.
I like Aries women, except
I do too. I like the Aries one,
except that one. Yours.
That one.
Yeah. But I love Aries women. I'm gonna get to that too. But yeah, Aries man. My ex-husband is an Aries. Virgos.
So my ex-husband's a Virgo. That's why. Yeah.
And honorable mention would be Pisces. My dad's a Pisces. Happy birthday, Daddy. And it's not for why you would probably think. I think that Aries men aren't good long-term partners because they change direction so fast and make split decisions, and they don't consider who else it affects, their children, their partner, their wife, or whatever. And they're not emotionally intelligent enough to be like, all right, baby, you were right. I should have handled that another way. They go off and they fly off and use anger and aggression to make it a point, even when they're wrong, or even when they just should have stopped and been like, well, let me include my person. And it just makes it really difficult to try to be with someone when you're always at odds because they're not going to back down. They'll just stop talking about it. And so when something else happens, it comes back up again. And then as far as Virgos, they don't know how to color outside of the lines. And life, you got to be able to color outside of the lines with life because you don't know what's going to happen. And they have these temper tantrums out of nowhere.
Jesus,
and you just go like, wait, where did they come from? And so who wants to function like that when you already outside in the world and you trying to come build your person that's, supposed to have your back and work through it, and then they jump and have a tantrum with you? It's kind of like, I ain't got time for this.
But they're also they stay very quiet. So when they throw their temper tantrum, you be sitting there looking crazy because you like, you ain't mentioned none of this shit, and that shit happened 3 years ago. Where did it come from? Like,
because they're so meticulous about everything. They are so organized and meticulous
he
and
wasn't that damn organized, but
like organized mentally, like how they categorize their thoughts and the way they do things, and they're really concerned about time and scheduling and how certain things go and the way they work. They're really regimented, and sometimes it can be too regimented. Like technique and having order is good in some cases, and in other cases it's not. And sometimes Virgos struggle with knowing when to turn those rules and regulations and regimented things that they just follow, that they live by. Sometimes they don't know when to turn that off. So they're not they're not flexible enough to be a good partner. And then they want to pick you apart and fix you along the way. And nobody's perfect. And like, who wants to do that when somebody's always telling you where you doing wrong, but never give you a compliment?
I got to mention one more. I didn't put this out there, but Taurus men, stay the hell away from me.
Oh, I agree. Please.
Y'all too goddamn emotional. It was like dating a woman.
I got a whole Taurus section.
It was like dating a whole nother woman. I was like, hold on, sir. I thought I was the one supposed to be crying, not you. Thought I was the one that's supposed to be saying, no, yeah. You can pull your damn panties off and put your boxers on. The hell wrong with you? No. Damn Taurus being so damn emotionally and dramatic.
They are dramatic.
Y'all are
let me
dramatic.
say this,
sir.
Why do all this stuff exists? It's been existing for decades. So why, when people be like, well, you believe in that zodiac stuff? Oh, I'm not. Can't learn me from me. And I'd be like, well, this is like guidelines for me of who you can and cannot be. So of course I'm going to read it and judge if I want to continue to talk to you. It's like the brochure to a cruise ship.
Well,
the thing about that is this: if you don't know the entire birth chart, like, okay, for me, my sun sign is Taurus. I have some Taurus ways, but my moon sign is in Cancer, and that's who I resonate with more of the time. Majority of the time, can't get my words out. Majority of the time, that's who I feel like I am more so. So just because it's their sun sign doesn't always mean that person resonates with that personality that is supposed to be that person. I mean, that is supposed to be that particular sign. So like I said, even with me, I resonate more with my Cancer. I feel like majority of what Cancers are is who I am. I project that more so. So you can't really you can go on it, but don't base all of it on that.
Okay, Q, to speak to your point, zodiacs, astrology, that's not the same thing. Horoscopes, like they try to group that all in the same thing. There is a reason why people born in a certain time of the year, when the sun is in a certain place and the weather is in a certain way, it is a reason why there are certain behaviors that are similar to that time of the year. Just like depending on the time of the year, there is certain weather that is more common in that time of year. Yes, you're going to have a weird, cold, super cold day in the middle of the spring, or a really weird, hot day in the middle of winter. But in general, during the winter months, there are certain weather that you can expect. So during those same months, there are certain personality traits that you can expect. That's the basis of what it is. There is a reason why people born around the same time have some similarities. Of course, you have to consider how you were raised, what part of the world you grew up in, your culture, all of that plays a part too. But in general, there are certain traits that certain people born in a certain group and around a certain amount of time have similarly. To Rose's point, birth charts absolutely matter and make a difference, because I tried the dating game when I've been deep off into astrology for a long time, but once I divorced my ex-husband, I was like, okay, we weren't compatible for real anyway. Taurus and Aries aren't what the zodiac considers compatible signs, right? So I said, well, let me try to talk to the signs I'm supposed to be compatible with. That didn't work either. So then I dived off and learned about the birth charts. And what I discovered was I have no water in my chart anywhere. So I am not naturally a super emotional person. That's not how I function. I have feelings, I have a heart, but I'm not a super emotional person. I do not have a drop of water or water placement in my chart anywhere. I am all earth and I'm all air. So I'm actually more compatible with air signs than I am other earth signs and water signs, as the charts say I should be. But my placements, the way I'm set up, I resonate more with earth signs. And then I was raised by air signs. So that's why it's like that. So you both are right. And so it's important when you're dealing with a person more of a long-term level, if they're open to it, or if you just want to study up on yourself, it's really good to look at the other placements. And as Rosa says, she resonates more with her Cancer. Your moon sign is how you emotionally see yourself. Your sun sign are your characteristics that other people see in you. Your rising sign is your first impression. Your Venus sign is the way you love. Your Mercury sign is the way you communicate. Your Mars sign is how you show anger and aggression. Your Jupiter sign is how you grow. And so all of those can be different signs. All of those can be the same signs. You pull your birth chart and find out.
Whew. Just school me. I thought it was all one of the same.
No, it's not.
Astrology. You didn't went deep with it. I just see a pretty girl. Hey, how you doing?
That's your problem. Your biggest problem. Your biggest damn problem. I told you it was you. Told you it was you.
My Lord.
Your booty fat. We gonna connect.
See, that's how you end up with your one-sided ass cash app too.
I'm a giver.
I was finna say something, but I ain't gonna do you like that.
I did too. I stopped. Oh, I stopped.
Like to give.
Stop you.
Man.
Won't you be a stop sign?
I like to give. I'm nice.
Well, my cash app ain't dinged.
Mine either. Since she's so goddamn nice.
Thank you. Since we the lovely co-hosts, send some damn co-host money. I wear a wig.
All right, Patria. Let's keep it rolling.
Okay. All right, I'm back. We back. God, no, we not back. Hold on. Okay.
Ooh,
the signs, in my opinion, that make the best husbands. If you can put up with that shit. Leos.
I keep hearing that. I was supposed to be a match for them. I ain't met one yet.
Leo men are fundamentally good husbands. They are naturally really good providers. They like to be in charge, so they're going to make sure that their home and their children and their significant other are taken care of, because they definitely believe that represents them and they want to be represented in a certain way. So they're going to be present and to do whatever it takes mentally, emotionally, financially to make that happen. On the downside to that, Leo men borderline being chauvinistic, and it's generally their thoughts on the subject that's going to be king. So if you're married to them, sometimes you may not be able to be heard in certain situations, and that could be frustrating. I love Leo men. I have a bunch of Leo men that are friends, but we could never be more, because I'm going to be seen and heard. I'm not trying to be the man in the household or anything.
Ever.
If we're partners, then my opinion should be matched with yours, and we should come up with something together. And I know how to say, you got it. But sometimes Leo men don't give you an opportunity. They can be kind of dogmatic. So that's the downside. But you will be taken care of. You will be provided for. You will be loved, and that will be expressed to you. But you may not always be heard. Another man that's supposed to be a really good husband, provider, family man, Virgo men.
That's a lie.
Supposed to be. All results aren't guaranteed.
I'm a true testament that it is not true.
And in third place, they're actually kind of tied. So you can say they third or fourth in whatever order you want to do. Cancer men and Taurus men.
I'm almost there with that Taurus because they most definitely like to, spend some money.
What you eating, Q?
Candy. You ain't see him pick up the candy
It
bag.
was, it was some green. All I saw was some green. He was looking off. He wanted to smile when I said Taurus men, but it was going to be green
All everywhere.
So he just kind of went down with it and kept doing. I saw you. I was watching you. I sent you. And your hairline do all right. Turn your head a little bit. Yeah, you in there. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Is that a little black spray paint?
No, baby. Nah. Praise God, I'm still in there.
Guess it's spray paint, the Sharpie, the powder.
Man.
So, Taurus women and Taurus men.
No, never.
No.
They cannot coexist in the same household. They barely can coexist on the same planet.
What's with that? What did I just stress you out, Patria?
Big Daddy.
Cyrus.
That's right.
Birthday day after mine.
Oh,
And I dated
how did
two.
y'all celebrate that though? Side note,
We celebrated it.
like how? Like y'all did it together, or your day, his day, or we?
So
It's a day apart.
Well, one of the reasons why it ended that last time was because we couldn't get the birthday situation together, and I was just kind of like, you know what, don't worry about it, because even though on my birthday
Because we're
was
selfish.
all these years, and my home was gonna do this, and then the family gonna do this, because his mom's birthday was mixed up in there too, and the weekend prior to that is Mother's Day usually, so I get all that, but you basically acting like you can't get me scheduled in for the month. Time out, bro. Like, don't worry about it. But it's too much of the same, and
it clashes.
It clashes, and you can become either too comfortable, or you end up holding each other back and not really meaning to, but because friction is what creates sparks. So not opposition, but friction. So you kind of need to be with someone who, come on, that's what we had tonight. You kind of need to be with someone who's not just like you, but not
totally
opposite of you, but you should definitely see the world differently. That way, when you're having an issue, they can help you look at it from more than one way and come up with something that'll work, and vice versa. And so they need to kind of see the world differently from you a little bit and have a different emotional temperament, because when two Tauruses are mad, who gonna calm who down?
Right.
Nobody. The
Nothing
police.
is gonna be solved. Like, somebody has to be able to say, okay, without riling the other person up or making it worse, because you can't really resolve anything otherwise. So two Tauruses, who gonna stand out? We'll go a whole month without speaking because we not gonna speak first. Y'all know we don't like speaking first. Y'all know we don't even like sending the first good morning text.
I thought, okay, so ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm good. Because, baby, I don't make that first morning phone call. I be looking like, but you ain't gonna call me. Okay, ain't gonna call your ass either. You gonna text.
And if you got two people doing it,
ain't nobody gonna talk.
We can go forever. We not talking.
And damn sure don't.
You can't do that.
Damn sure don't send me a text talking about, so I ain't heard from you. Don't worry about it. Number deleted.
You too stubborn MF.
No response. And still ain't gonna
each other out.
And we'll still comment on your fucking Facebook page. And we'll still comment on it. Like you ain't said nothing.
So do me. Who am I?
Do you what?
What do you mean?
You did the women and the men. And
you talking about do the wives? Boy, I feel like do what to you?
Okay. Good wives.
Nope. Ain't gonna do that.
Good wives. Cancer women. Absolutely. They're nurturers. They're highly emotional. They want to cater. They want everybody to be happy, but they will order your ass around.
That's me too.
Like they order. in the court, but will love you down completely. But sometimes they crack under pressure because of their emotion. So sometimes when it's time for them to be the rock, they can't, because they're so full of emotion and nurturing. But sometimes, life requires you to move another way, and they can be overcome by their emotion, and they get paralyzed in the situation, and they don't do anything. And you got to be able to kind of think through having surgery. Yeah, your child having surgery, but you got to get them. You got to make sure they're taking their medicine, get them up out. You can't stand there and just, oh, does it hurt? Okay, okay. Like you can't, you got to kind of stand by, okay, it's time to walk. I know you sore, but you got to walk. So that can be their downfall. But cancer women are really good wives and mothers, in my opinion.
So see, you called me out up until that last little part, and then I was like, oh, see, being that rock, that's when my Taurus part kick in.
I was going to say
that's when my Taurus part
kick in. That's the second best wife. Taurus women. Taurus women.
No judge. No. It's a little biased, but yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, it is a little biased, but when you break down the facts, it's very true.
Yeah, because we're very loyal. Very loyal.
We
loyal to a freaking fault.
Aesthetically pleasing. We enjoy comfort and pleasure and sultry, and we're very to the touch. So our house is gonna be plush and relaxed and comfortable. You're gonna feel peace when you come home, because we like the plushness, we like pleasure, we like the chill. So our homes are really, really calm. Your home will be calm when you come home if you have a Taurus woman, unless you mad. Come home with the money. Because if you don't come home with the money,
or the food,
house ain't gonna be peaceful. Yeah, if you don't come home with the money and food, it ain't gonna be peaceful.
And lead the lies at your mammy house.
Because we already think everybody be lying to us half the time anyway. Even if it's the truth. But if you lie for real, it's a problem.
Baby. And just if we asked you, we already knew.
So why you ask me?
So you can hang yourself a little bit further, so that I don't have to know. All I got to do is pull the noose. All I need to do is pull the noose out.
Me?
I want to see if you're going to tell me the truth, or you going to keep acting like I'm stupid.
Are you going to lie to my face?
I ain't going to lie. I'm just going to keep acting like you stupid.
And that's going to get your ass whooped. Don't play with a Taurus's intelligence at all. You know that. You know that. You don't get to play with our intelligence. You going to play with my intelligence? Now you going to play me like I'm stupid? You already done lied to me. And then you going to walk your ass in here with no money and no food. And then you going to act like I'm stupid? Bruh, I would find the nearest location that has an exit. Whether it be the window or the door, whichever one you can get to first. And please make a deposit, because if not, your ass gonna go out that joker.
Put that wine down.
In some bags.
Right.
And I don't mean the body bags, and I don't mean by the corner. Walmart bags, Target bags. Yeah, it's going. I'm just telling you.
The third best wife. Sagittarius women.
What?
Absolutely. Because
I ain't never had a Sag before.
Sagittariuses are strong. And if the world is crumbling around her family on the outside, she's going to make sure her family in the inside is still straight no matter what's going on. They are passionate almost to a crazy level, but they are going to protect their family and whoever they love and their friends. Now, emotional wise, their partner is going to have a little more emotional intelligence than they do, because Sag women will shut down. When emotions get too high, they're just going to shut down. They're going to still make sure the bills are paid and the house is moving. But as far as expressing, they may clam up in that way. But overall, they're not going to be flighty. They're going to provide and protect the family first. And that's another reason why all the signs that I said, that's another reason. They're loyal and they're going to take care of home first.
That must not include Sagittarius men.
I said Sagittarius wives. I didn't say husbands.
No, I was talking about the loyalty part.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Every sign is not created equal with the men and the women.
Oh, that is most definitely true.
Because it's almost opposite for me. If there's a sign that I like really like the women, I usually don't like the men, and it's usually vice versa. Like I don't think there's a whole sign that I like. It's either the women from that sign or the men from that sign, but it's not like a whole sign.
Not both. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So
because I like Virgo
cute.
women. I like Virgo women.
I like Virgo women better than I like Virgo men.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, you got your wives. What did I say? Cancer,
Taurus, Sagittarius.
And Sagittarius.
I'm doomed.
And
you haven't even dated. You said you don't know a Sagittarius woman. So there you go. There's your hope.
Yeah, because the ones I always seem to keep running into is Aries and them goddamn Geminis.
Well, stay your ass off Facebook.
Shopping.
You shopping?
That's exactly thirst trapping.
Facebook Marketplace.
Patria, take over your show. Let's go.
I had it. I was gonna go to the next thing. Okay, signs that we haven't mentioned at all.
About 10 minutes of checking me. Let's go.
I was in the middle of that before you cut me off again.
This is true.
Now, as I was saying, what was I saying?
We just finished with the wives. We did. With the wives.
Oh, signs that we haven't mentioned at all so far. Capricorns. Any opinions on Capricorns? I have some, but no.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Because, okay, so I have one of those in my house too. The females, Capricorns, those are the ones I don't, I love my baby. I do. She hard-headed. Wait a minute, hold on. There was a male one that was, that's that little young one I can't get, I can't get rid of. He's hard-headed too. I keep blocking his numbers. Let's see. So Capricorns are sweet. They are sweet. They are so, the female Capricorns that I've met, and I know a couple of them, they are so nonchalant.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God. Wait a minute, I met a couple of male. They're nonchalant as well. The ones that I know are nonchalant. Well, it's one of them I know he's real nonchalant, but they are very emotional. The male Capricorns are emotional. Not emotional as in sensitive, emotional as in they take everything to heart. But they are like, oh, okay, that's what you said. Oh, I'm backing out.
Arrogant.
Well, yeah, there we go. That's the word for it. Let me see. They are intelligent. They got a mouth on them. The female Capricorns, I know they got mouths on them. You be ready.
What kind of mouths? Oh, okay. Not that show. My
Smart
bad.
aleck mouths.
Yeah, they
kind of smart aleck.
Oh, they'll get you good. I really like Capricorn.
They're intellectual.
Women.
I do.
I really like Capricorn.
But I'm raising
women.
one, so yeah, there's that.
They are nonchalant. They're like real chill. They don't get excited about nothing.
Nothing.
They're real chill.
She ain't been excited about nothing since she came into this world.
Very sweet, very smart, very strong, generally confident, and kind of stay in their own lane and cool right within their lane. They don't look over. They are good with doing them just the way they do them. I really like Capricorn women. Yes. Capricorn men, very arrogant, very smart. They have like a regal presence about them. But they're kind of boring. That's my opinion. I've never dated a Capricorn man, and that's why.
He's different. Let me say
like,
that.
He like the little Brillo pad sitting on the sink, and even when they get with it, it's still gonna be hard and not a lot of fun. But that's
it's not my experience.
I've never been with one like that. I've never dated a Capricorn. I've never slept with a Capricorn man. Because I hadn't gotten past the first stage. Like, I've not met a Capricorn man that's really made me want to go. Yeah, like
even the young one. He was So let me say this: when I first met him, the first time I was like, "Boy, if you don't go on somewhere, this ain't that." About 2 years later, I saw him again. I was like, no, it still wasn't all that, but he kind of just and the other one did too. They just kind of sleeped their little way on in there and was really nice, attentive. And then when it came down to that part of it, to the sex part of it, mine still. I ain't got it back yet. Maybe they dropped some Ukraine Russia bombs over here, boo.
Keep them bombs.
Too soon. Too soon. That joke is too soon.
My bad.
A sign we haven't mentioned that you would like to mention. We hadn't talked about Aquarius much. We hadn't mentioned Scorpio. We hadn't said
Aquarius have great sex.
Who?
They do.
Aquarius have great sex.
They do. That one let me put ice cream on her, but I'll save that for the sex episode too.
Yeah, I'm gonna save mine for that too, cause baby.
Boo. The Aquariuses I had were not memorable.
Oh, baby.
Oh no, I didn't say she was memorable. I can't stand her to this day. But the sex was fun.
That's what I'm saying. That part
she was
for
saying
me
that
with
part
Aquarius was not memorable.
No,
the people are like, I think Aquarius men are really good guys to be friends with. For me, they're really good business partners. They're really smart. They're really thorough.
Are very
whatever
money
manageable. They're going to do, they're going to follow through to the end, and they're generally whatever they're good at. They're really, really good.
Oh
at.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah,
I think Aquarius people in general are really good friends and business partners. But for me, in the romance department, no.
It was fun. It was really fun.
We done war Pisces out, Aquarius, Taurus, Gemini,
Scorpio.
Cancer. We have not talked about Scorpios at all.
I don't recall ever dating one though.
I've never dated a Scorpio male, but the male that I do see has a lot of Scorpio in his chart. Like he would basically be a Scorpio.
I have
my son is the same way. He's all Scorpio. All his placements are Scorpio except his sun sign.
I've never had that I know of, that I can remember, or that I consider myself actually dating. Dated a Scorpio male at all. So I don't even think I know any. No, I don't even know nobody that is a Scorpio woman that I know of. So I don't have anything to speak on them. I just hear that they're crazy.
They aren't crazy. Okay, so this is a good time to do the axis really quick before we wrap up. So, Scorpios are considered to be the Taurus opposite, right? They're our opposite. But when you talk about opposition, it's really not even opposition. It's two ends of the same perspective. So, you know how Taurus is, we don't do well with hiding our emotion. If we like something, you're going to know we like it. If we don't like something, you're going to know that we don't like it. We're not fake people. Like that's just not one of the things. Taurus men or women, we're straightforward. You know if we like you, if we fool with you, and you absolutely know when we don't. Scorpios, you don't know, but they do. You don't know until they want you to know. So the thing, because I know a lot of Scorpio women, you never know what they're really thinking, but they are always thinking, and they decide when and what at the exact moment that they'll let you in on that little piece. But they know, like they're not unsure. They're just like us, but we show it and they don't. And just like they say, one of the traits of Taurus is that we're possessive. This is mine, my friend, my money, my food, my kids. This right here, mine. That's me. Scorpios are obsessive. So when they see something, they're going to lock in on it. But you won't know that until they're ready for you to know that. So they're like Taurus is on mute when it comes to expressing how they feel about something in their way. And so we should be able to learn from each other. So when they say signs are opposite, it's really not. It's just that they approach things in the flip perspective. And so Scorpio meaning for us, that's where we learn about relationships because it's the opposite of that.
Okay.
So that's how that works. And how much time we got?
We got lots of time. Go ahead.
Got lots of time. Okay.
Do your thing.
So collectively, so we talk about every sign is ruled by a planet. And the planets be up there moving around in the signs. And so when that happens, the energy collectively mirrors that sign. And if you are that sign, sometimes you feel it more heavier than not. So we talk about Mercury. And the last couple of years, the Mercury retrograde has been like a huge thing that people post and try to talk about on social media. The long short of it is that Mercury is the planet that rules communication and transportation. The signs that Mercury rule are Virgo and Gemini. So those are your communication signs. Those are your signs that deal with the mind and how you communicate and how information is passed. So when Mercury retrogrades, basically it means as the planets revolve around the sun, they slow down. And when they slow down so much, it almost looks like they're going backwards, meaning they're retrograding. Mercury does that 3 to 4 times a year, every year. And every time it does that, it retrogrades in a particular sign. And so it takes on the qualities of that sign. And so that's the energy that you have for those 3 or 4 weeks that's going on. And on top of that, phones acting crazy, computers acting crazy, normal conversations you have with people just going left, nobody's making sense, stuff is delayed, packages not coming on time, text messages not going through, a bunch of car wrecks going on. Every time you're riding down the street, you're getting caught by the train. That's ruled by Mercury. And whatever sign it's retrograding in, it amplifies whatever represents that sign. Then you go to Venus. Venus, the planet of love and beauty, ruled by Taurus and Libra. That's our planet. So we're lovers of all things beautiful, balanced, aesthetically pleasing, pleasure, creativity, sensuality. We're the gods and goddesses of that. Libras and Tauruses.
That's why. That makes sense. Why y'all asses keep getting me. Okay.
Mars. The planet of war. Aries. It's ruled by Mars.
Yeah. That would be they finances. Yeah.
They're a god. It is the god of war.
Just evil.
Jupiter. What sign is ruled by Jupiter? Capricorn. Expansion, growth, intellect. Capricorn. Career. So it's like the career house that rules like your career. And so that's that. Mercury. Saturn. Sagittarius. Rules. Breaking those rules. Breaking those rules to create new rules. On the edge. Fast-paced decision making. Fiery. Your Sag. Neptune, Pisces. Creative, dreamy. False sense of reality. Ethereal. Make-believe, magic. All of the whimsical, fairy-like, floaty feelings. Neptune, Pisces. Pluto, Scorpio. Furthest away, transformation in the dark. Because, Pluto basically doesn't see the sun. But it's transformation in the dark. So it's like your inner work. It's Scorpio, that's why I say they're so internal with theirs, but they're sure about it. And they only let you know outwardly when they want you to know. And Pluto hiding out back there like they ain't doing nothing.
Little fun fact. Pluto was discovered in Arizona. Yeah, the planet Pluto was discovered in Arizona. Just
sure was. And then you got what? No, that's New Mexico, Roswell. That's where all the extraterrestrials be landing out there. What cute colony?
It's right here. That's because like I told you, you can see all 3, 4, 5 suns and all the planets. In one time.
You see the planets out there. Yeah, that's what you're seeing. The planets.
You can see them like sitting there, and you be like, it's 3:00 in the afternoon. Why the hell do I look like I can see the moon? They don't know what that is. But yeah, it's sitting right here. So I believe they do be, the little aliens.
What? Aliens.
The little aliens.
And the rapists.
And the rapists. The therapists.
Therapists.
Yes, y'all, my baby said they are not called therapists. They are called therapists because they are raping your minds. She's a Gemini. Told you, my little dark child. She says she does not need to see a therapist. They're going to rape her mind. She says, "In the name, Mama. It's in the name."
How did she get there?
Girl, we're not gonna ask that question. I don't know how she get half the questions she get. Baby, I see the text message go off at work, and I be like, and then she like, "Mom, I got a question." I just turn the phone off. I don't even want to know.
Don't do that. You make a Taurus mama look bad. Any Taurus canceled up, but don't do that. You're supposed to answer that, baby.
She'll mess around. She'll text her granny. Her granny do the same thing. She say, "I got a question." Granny, I got a question. My mom says she look at her phone. She'll be like, "You just leave this over here." I tell her,
no.
Girl, you don't know what she might ask you. She asks you stuff that make you think.
That sound like you.
No, he don't make me think.
Q, you make me think about picking another friend.
The only thing I be thinking about is how in the hell what the hell was he thinking? I don't even want to know. I don't want to know.
But lastly, looking at the year overview, collective energy. So Pluto has moved into Scorpio, which is its natural sign. And it's making what's called a quarter return. So it started the process in 2014. So if you reflect back what you were doing in 2014 and look at what you've gone through between 2014 to now, it's almost like a whole evolution of self. You've kind of cleared out all of that, overcome all of that, move through that because you're getting ready to go into a different chapter now. And so this is like the manifestation of everything that you've gone through and gotten out of between 2014 to now. So it was transitioning back that way, but it didn't actually draw close to station until 2020, February 2020, which makes sense now because that's when COVID started. And so basically it's kind of like the work that you did from 2014 to 2019, once you got to 2020, it started putting that to the test for everybody collectively. It's like universe was like, okay, let's see what y'all learned. Are y'all ready to change? Are you ready to grow, to evolve? Because if you look around, money is not the same. We're going into cryptocurrency and all this different stuff, and the value of the dollar is changing. Like it's not going to be the same. And it started. Went up. Yeah, everything has gone up. Like we're going through a whole different thing. You look at how prevalent social media has become, and it's so many positive things with it, but it's also negative. Like we've kind of locked into enjoying watching people's lives unfold and fall apart. Like we share the messy stuff first. Like we're addicted to sex and bad news and watching people fall and fail and get hurt and watching disasters and things breaking and falling. And like as a society, we've fallen into a place of where we're addicted to this kind of stuff. So now you got to start paying attention to consumerism. What are we consuming? We're choosing to share these types of videos. We're choosing to select this and stream this. You have so many different things you have access to, but what are you choosing? So now
the show ain't choosing to share this. We just talking this podcast.
You should
go on and share this. This is the good stuff you share.
Yep.
Consume and share.
Yep. And consumerism, think about it when we say, well, we're not going to buy this or we are going to buy this. Look at what they did with the Popeye's chicken sandwich, that dang on Rose toy that we're going to get into next episode. Like you put it on social media, you share it, and now everybody wants to go buy it. It's flying off the shelves. What they're talking about, the roses that's a bear. Everybody wants those. Every time something is sensationalized on social media, everybody has to go get it. That's consumerism. So now you have to ask yourself, what am I consuming? And realize you have more power to sow into something better than what's out there, because it's like sensationalism at this point. We're just taking in stuff.
And but you know what? One of the things that we're going to eventually talk about as well that is being popularized right now is being Black, buying Black owned. Just like
Black
I said,
girl magic,
Black girl magic,
Black boy joy,
Black hairstyles,
Black by popular demand.
Being Black has become popular amongst those that are not. And so there's another thing that is, like you said, it pretty much happened as you said it. Once COVID hit, it was already a thing, but it's like now it's like the thing. They want to do everything that they do. So, and buying Black became so big, especially during COVID. Support your Black businesses, support your small Black businesses. Mm-hmm. So that is one of the things that became very popular, and due to social media, made it a good thing for the Black community.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I tried to support Black business. I'm still waiting on them heels.
Did you get all your wigs?
Clearly, they didn't come from Black businesses, because I got those.
Oh, the shade.
They should have came from Black business. Maybe they looked better.
I still be
would have
waiting
been
on
conditioned.
Them. I still be waiting on them.
Hey, this is a little crunchy right around here.
Should have probably got them eyebrows done.
I was going to say eyebrows distracted from the crunchy part. That's right there.
We are moving on.
What heels?
No, I'm leading the episode, so I didn't get what heels are these. Go ahead and send that to the group. Go send that group to the group chat. Go
I'm
send
trying to figure out about them
heels to the group
heels.
text.
This is a long time ago.
What you needed
you
some
got
lips?
a picture.
You were trying to be taller? What you do? What kind of heels you
the heels wasn't for me.
That's what we doing. I'm waiting on the heels.
What we doing?
I'm just asking you.
My little red heels with the bow on it. Shows was trying to order
just get your knees done, like they said on White Chicks. We got our knees done. If you want to grow, don't be putting no heels on. Cute.
You know they're coming out with the White Chicks too now, right?
Oh, they better. That's my movie.
No, leave it alone.
That's my movie, man.
Leave it alone. Don't destroy a classic.
Marlon Wayans doing it, so he coming back with it. So yeah, but
$1 $1
So let me ask you, because I'm sitting here, I haven't said much because I'm listening and learning.
Did you download those apps that I told you to download?
I surely did, but
I did too, and I
did it the day
read.
that you asked me to do it. Something happened and I got distracted. Mm-hmm. How does one get into knowing all the 3 levels besides I'm just a Taurus? How do I get to know the other stuff?
There are a couple of different apps, like the apps that I sent you. You can find those there. So it's the CoStar app and the Pattern app. Or you can go to Cafe Astrology and ask to create your birth chart. And you don't need your time of birth to get the basic thing. The only thing that you won't have without your exact birth time is your rising sign, and that's okay. But everything else you can get with just your month, day, and year. And each one of those places will break it all down to you if you sit there and read it. And it's really cool.
I actually did the Nebula app, and it gave me a lot too.
Okay. I ain't used that one.
And real quick, since you have been learning this stuff, how has it helped you in your everyday life?
It helps me. I mean, all of it. It just helps you make better informed decisions about yourself. It doesn't, people try to say it's predicting the future or magic or trying to will a certain outcome. That's not the case. It just allows you to know more about yourself and where you are and what's going on in the world, and use it to your advantage. Like, it just makes me make better informed decisions. And the further out, because like my mom handed me my first book on astrology when I was 12. And so I've been reading into it since then. But once I got divorced, I really, really took a deep dive in it because I didn't want to make the same mistakes that I had made prior to, because in that period, I feel like I lost a lot of time. And it was because I felt like I didn't know me well enough to make the best decisions for me in the time. So going into this and learning about my different signs and how I relate to myself, how other people relate to me, how I can make that better, how I can adjust some things, it's changed everything. I mean, I wanted to know more about me so that I could use me in the best way. It's like your own instruction manual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because them damn apps you gave me,
I mean, they read you for
it
things in the
read
best
the
way.
hell out of me. And I was sitting there like, this ain't tripping. Why she send me this? I ain't want to do that right now. Whoa. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Don't do that. I was like, that is not. But it's true. That's all. But it's true.
Yeah.
Damn, I got to fix that.
Every day it helps.
Look,
Every
I wasn't
day.
ready.
But she's still not ready. Q, you ready?
He is not. He ain't even in the
sound like
starting
you-
blocks.
Right.
He ain't even on the track.
I'm gonna do it.
He in the stands.
He ain't
No
even
popcorn.
he ain't even at the track meet.
Oh, he in the car.
Yep. He's still
All the
on
way
his
to the
way.
track meet.
He's still on his way. He coming. He coming though. He coming. He got stuck in traffic.
I'll be there in a little bit.
The
I'm
weed
pulling
truck
out.
fell over.
And Patria. Patria.
Hey, Q.
What's up, Rocco?
So, but yeah, that's the astrology episode, more or less. There is so much more to that, but
I can
we
tell.
circle back to it or whatever, because we didn't even get into like the tarot and the chakras and the crystals and how all of that
Oh,
relates
Lord.
and how the seasons of the year play a part into that, and when the seasons change, and they always change when a sign changes very
Yes.
quickly. Spring happens when Pisces turns into Aries. Summer happens when Gemini goes to Cancer. Fall happens when Virgo turns to Libra. Winter happens when Sagittarius turns to Capricorn. So all of that makes a complete difference, and it matters. And people try to say it's not real, it's devil's work and all of that. It's not the case. It's just helps you make better informed decisions to understand how everything is going on and how it relates to you and what'll be best for you. But yeah.
Understand, astrology has been going on for the longest time. You know, a lot of times they want to say there's certain Socrates, Pluto, they're the ones. No, our people, our African ancestors were the one who taught them about astrology. That's how they determined the different times. That's how they determined certain things that were going on in their time. Astrology has been going on, and for us as Black people to learn it is a natural thing because that's where we came from. That's how it was determined. Who was going to be king, who was going to be queen, who was going to rule, how they were going to rule. This goes all the way back. So it's how could something that was going all the way back to that and was what they learned, but because they couldn't understand it as well as they should, then it became something of witchcraft and evil. But that's a whole nother topic for another day.
Yeah. So we might have to do a part 2. But this was your part 1. We just talking ish. Please, if you're not already following us on all social media outlets, please do so. We are on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Patreon.
They're right. Yeah, they're right here.
If you're watching us on YouTube, then you can see us pointing and me circling all
that's
of
it.
the little apps here. Vanna White,
Him right there.
Kiki Shepherd.
My little finger ain't working. There you go.
We appreciate you guys sitting with us, hanging out. All your comments are welcome. Reviews, share, tell people, tell us, tell somebody else, tell them, tell somebody. Listen to it in your car. Not around your kids, please and thank you.
Especially next week.
Because Mahogany
'cause
does not
next
know
week-
how to use her professional voice on the podcast.
Oh my God. Next week.
Or her clothing, as you can see.
Oh, what does the shirt say? Don't get started.
Don't.
Bitch. Oh, don't get you started, bitch.
Hold on. I don't come with breaks.
No, she doesn't, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll find out how off the rails with no breaks she can be next week, episode 4.
I got toys.
I got toys, and I got time.
I got toys.
Toys, time, and porn.
The next episode, ladies and gentlemen, is coming next week. Until then,
strap on and strap up. That was just a brief prelude to next week. Strap up.
Well, you heard it. You heard it. Astrology Part 1. There will be a Part 2, and this is We Just Talkin Ish Taurus Edition, version 2.0. Not the O's again. Don't do it. Oh. Until next time, people. See you later.
Ooh.